What's going on, guys? The Milk Bandit here, and today we are going to be talking about Battlefield 1942 because this is a game that I actually enjoy a lot, and I really like playing it on PC. It's a really fun shooter, and I think it's very balanced and very a lot of fun to play, honestly. So I don't know if a lot of people understand exactly what's going on since it is an older game, and so today in this video I just wanted to go over some stuff before I release more content of that game so that everyone knows exactly what's going on. So I'm in an empty server right now, playing on Kursk, even though it doesn't matter the map. But here you can see in the top left, you can see you have an Axis and an Allied side. Allied right now is the Soviets, and the Axis is the Germans. And so I can't switch back now. Alright, so what you have here is you have 5 different classes. You have 5 different classes. You have the Scout, the Assault, the Anti-Tank, the Medic, and the Engineer. And each class has its own strengths and weaknesses, and today I'm just going to show you a little bit about that and how that works. So we'll start just from the top. We'll go with the Scout, and we will spawn on that flag. You can choose your own spawn point like Battlefield 3 if you guys are familiar with that. So as you can see here, I have a sniper rifle, and I have a pistol, and I have a knife that everyone has. Everyone gets a pistol. Your primary changes, you have grenades, and then the recon, the Scout's special thing right here, is these binoculars. So you can look down them. If you right-click default, that's the default control, and then you have this. You can see out into the distance. You can spot enemy soldiers out there, and then if you click normally, like if you're going to shoot, you call for artillery, and that's what you can do with this class. Obviously, as you can see right here, there are a bunch of vehicles, and those play a big part in this game. But we're not going to be talking about vehicles today. We're just going to be talking about the classes. So, wrong button. So here you press enter. And so I'm going to suicide, and then we'll go to the assault class. We'll wait 4 seconds to spawn. You can see you have tickets in the top right. I just lost 1 ticket because I had to respawn. Once those tickets go down to 0, you lose. And so here, the assault class, you have a assault rifle, obviously. Well, this is like an LMG kind of, but as you can see, it has a lot more rounds, fully automatic fire, not as accurate. And when you shoot, let's just say we go up to a wall here, the bullets do not always. They don't always travel. As if you can follow where these go, at least at close ranges you can get some kind of accuracy, but out to farther ranges you get recoil, and then the bullets don't always go. So it's a little bit like Counter-Strike, I would say, but not to as much of an extent. The bullets are different, and if you're used to Call of Duty, then this game will be very different. And so again, reloading is normal. You just hit R, just like in any other shooter. And reloads take a while. There's no reload canceling, at least not to the great degree that Call of Duty has it. And here you can see with the assault class, you have 3 grenades, just the same as everyone else, and you have a gun. But what makes up for it, that you don't have any special perks or anything, is that your gun is fairly strong, and so you'll be able to do a lot more damage with that. So now we move on to the anti-tank. And the anti-tank is actually an interesting class, because what it has, and I'll show you guys in a second, is it has a bazooka. And that bazooka will come in handy, especially when you're trying to take out tanks. What you can do, especially against tanks, if you hit them in the treads, it does a lot more damage. I know in Battlefield 3, if you hit them in the back, or if you hit them in other certain areas, I don't know if the treads work in that game too, but in this game the treads are definitely a big point to hit. I showed you guys that in my other video, and so hopefully you guys will remember that. And as you can see, you don't even have a primary with this, you just have this bazooka that you can shoot off. The bullets do drop, the rocket drops, I mean. And then you do have a regular pistol and grenades. So, next class. And this is what I think is easily the best class in the game, the Medic. And anyone who plays this game competitively or has any real knowledge of the game, I think would agree with me, because the Medic, just like in Battlefield 3, I hate to draw so many comparisons between the two games because I know some people don't like that, but I mean, that's just what it is. You get a little SMG here. A lot of bullets, a lot of damage you can put out with this thing. As you can see as I shoot off, some bullets just fly out. Kicking for minus score. Well, that might not be good. Okay, and here you can see you have a med pack. The little bar on the bottom right, you can see if I was in trouble or if I hurt myself. Oh, I just son of a mother. Alright, and we're back after that little hiccup. And so, as you can see, they have a med pack. Like I was saying before, in the bottom right, if you take damage, the bottom right bar will go down as you heal your health, which is in the bottom left. And the ability to go into any gunfight with full health is something I think is invaluable, and I think a lot of other players think is invaluable too. And so something I want to show you guys is that you obviously have vehicles. You can change the minimap. If you see in the top right, you can toggle how you can zoom in, zoom out, and then you'll see you have your home flag, which is uncappable by the other team. And then as I move towards this gray flag, I'll be able to cap it here, and for every cap you get 2 points to your score, which right now is sitting at a comfortable 0. And as you can see, I'm in the radius of the flag because that showed up just right now under the mini map. God, I stuttered. And so here you can capture this flag, and once you capture it, not only do you get bonus vehicles, you also can spawn here, and your teammates can spawn here. So we'll hop in this again, and then we'll head over to the other flag. And so kills are obviously 1 point, and the whole game, no KD is tracked, nothing like that, nothing of the sort. You just get to basically play the objective, which is something that I think this game is very, very good about. It's a lot of fun, especially when you play like this, when you playing the objective and not worrying about your KD or anything. It's definitely not Call of Duty, and Call of Duty sucks. So we'll be going right now. Oh, I hit the wrong button again. Alright, so now we'll be going here, and we'll look at the final class, the engineer. And see, as you can see now, 3 things have opened up to spawn in on. And as you can see, now that I have 3 flags, now that the allied team controls 3 out of the possible flags that you can capture, now that they have these 2, including our home flag, and the Germans have no flags, their tickets are automatically being drained in the top right. And so that also helps you win the game. And so here you have the engineer, and the engineer is it's a very unique class because you have this kind of bolt action rifle, which does take a while to shoot. I think the best engineer in my opinion is the Imperial Japan engineer, because their gun is semi-automatic, I think, and it does a lot of damage. And so if I ever play Japanese, I do like their engineer class. Here you also have another pistol that you can use. Obviously the knife, and this. What you also have here is something that you can repair your vehicles with. The wrench, it works like the repair tool. It takes a little slower though, and it doesn't recharge as fast as the repair tool. Here you have det packs, so you can throw that and then switch, basically like C4, a tactic that I hate people using, and I don't even know if I should say it because that might encourage people to play like this. But if you throw them at your feet on a 0 friendly fire server, you can basically wreak havoc, because you can throw them at your feet and then run right over it and explode. This server has actually, I think, 100% friendly fire, so I'm not going to be running over anything like that here. But just so you know, people will be doing that. And then what you have here, landmines, you can drop those right under a tank, throw them right at it. It's kind of like discus. If you hit the tank, it'll explode, especially if it's an enemy. That one's obviously not controlled by anyone, so it's not exploding. And yeah, so as you see, whenever you get points, it shows up in the left, on the left side of your screen, and that's also where the kill feed will be. So if you guys want to rewatch some of my older videos, you can see how many kills I actually get by looking there, and I'm not sure if everyone caught on to that. But that was basically the basics of Battlefield 1942. Obviously, there's 2 sides, and so if I switch over to Axis, they have only 1 flag, and they can spawn. I always spawn medic because the Axis has the MP40, which I love. You guys saw that in a Kursk game, or not Kursk, Kharkov, in a Kharkov gameplay that I put up earlier, which I hope you guys enjoyed. But yeah, and there's also planes in this game. I'm not a good pilot. I'm mostly an infantry. I can do tanks, and I can do the little buggies that my friends and I call them. But yeah, that was basically the basics of Battlefield 1942. Hopefully you guys enjoy the future content that will be coming out, and hopefully you guys understand a little bit better what's going on now. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy what you see in the future.